G'day guys and welcome to Raging Rhino. A couple of years ago at one of the Star Wars celebrations, Disney Lucasfilm announced that they were coming out with a Lando Calrissian series, like a Lando series. And it was going to have, of course, Donald Glover reprising his role as Lando Calrissian, and who knows exactly where the timeline was actually going to be. But of course, we haven't really heard too much news about it in more recent times. However, there has been a couple of reports recently that have just come out. Now, this comes from IGN. This was a couple of weeks ago. This was on the 19th of July. They reported the Lando Calrissian Star Wars show starring Donald Glover won't be coming to Disney Plus anytime soon, as even its writer, Justin Simeon, hasn't been updated about it since 2020. Now this, again, like I said, this came out, 10 days ago, something like that. And this was the report that's been coming out. So there's not much news. There hasn't been any updates or anything like that. And of course, the writer actually has no idea what's going on with it. But then 9 days after that, on the 28th of July, so just yesterday, this report comes out from IGN. Donald and Stephen Glover have reportedly signed on to write Lucasfilm's upcoming Disney Plus Lando TV series, according to a new report. So I don't know what's happened exactly to this Justin guy and why he has actually been ditched. It's very much like Disney Lucasfilm to hire and fire people very rapidly. And of course, we've had, I think, up to now 16 or 17 different directors. They're the ones that we mainly hear about, but about 16 different directors that have been hired and fired for different shows, movies, you name it. They've been hired and fired to do these things. Now, who knows in regards to paying these people and what exactly goes on behind the scenes with all of that kind of stuff. But there is a little bit more to this story. I spoke about this on my live stream and I just brought up these two things from IGN, but there's been a little bit more that's come out about this. And this was from a report in The Hollywood Reporter. And this is what the Justin Simeon guy said about the upcoming series and what he's actually been working on. I am attached, I think, but I don't really know. The last thing I was told was that they loved it, but they needed to put a pin in it until they could figure out everybody's availability. I haven't investigated further, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not alone in that experience. But I can't help but wonder, am I too black? Am I too queer? And the people just don't want to say it? Because it seems like I just develop things for these companies and they just never happen for reasons unknown. So basically, he's sort of playing the victim here. But as far as I know, when this report came out, he was still the writer. And it makes me wonder whether or not him saying these things and coming out in this report has caused them to basically get rid of him. I don't think that would be too much of the case because, of course, Disney's got their not-so-secret gay agenda, and of course, it's all about diversity at the moment, so I can't see how he can be too black or how he can be too queer to actually write this series for Disney. The funny thing is maybe this has something to do with the writer's strike, and that's why they're now actually having to get the actors to write their own scripts. But now we've got the actors' strike, so who actually knows if this is even going to happen? This is just reports at this point in time, and I think there's a very good chance that this won't happen. But it's kind of funny to me that, of course, we get this Justin Simeon guy who's writing this Lando series, and for some unknown reason, he just gets fired. He just gets thrown out the door. And again, it comes after he makes this statement. But then, of course, they get Donald Glover and Stephen Glover to come in and write the series for them. Basically getting the actors to write their own scripts. And I don't think Donald Glover is too black for Lucasfilm. So I don't know where this is actually coming from. And the fact that he's saying he's too queer, this is him playing the victim. This is him playing the victim 100%. And of course, it's so that maybe these reports will start coming out attacking Lucasfilm, attacking Disney, saying, oh, how dare they? Or just bring some attention to it so the Twitter fucktards go absolutely mental over this and start saying, how dare they fire a black queer writer from this series? You know, something along those lines. And that's what I get from actually looking into this story. So again, the original writer, Justin Simeon, isn't actually writing the Lando series anymore. Donald and Stephen Glover are the ones that are actually writing this. And I don't know whether or not it's got anything to do with this statement here that he's made, or whether or not it's actually just because of the writer's strike. Who actually knows? But I just thought this was really funny that he is coming out and essentially, I don't know, attacking Hollywood, I guess, because he does go on to say that, you know, these things happen. He gets in there and he starts developing these things for these companies, and they just get dropped for some unknown reason. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you even interested in a Lando series with Donald Glover, especially with everything that Disney Lucasfilm has done with Star Wars? I can tell you I'm not. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.